Hello everyone and welcome back to the new episode. They say music is liquid architecture, but architecture is frozen music. Confusing, right? The person who loves music but has a frozen heart, this is Architecture Yaar.
Neither frozen nor broken, this is Architect Mahi.
And you are watching us on a brand new episode of Let's Talk
Architecture. So आज की episode में we are focusing on all those architects out there who are passionate about other career options. If we look into history, जो multidisciplinary role है of an artist का, that was very usual, and also to find architects with expertise in other discipline was also very usual. So if you're someone who is very passionate about other disciplines as well, what should you do? Choose between the two and abandon one. Choose one as a hobby and one as a career. Work on two side by side or find connection between the two and capitalize one through the other. We'll find this out today in our today's discussion with a very special guest.
So in our today's episode of Balancing Acts from Frozen Music to Music, we have a very special guest who is not only making mark in the architecture industry, but also making her name in the music industry as well. We welcome to our show the famous, the beautiful architect Zoha Zuberi.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
We are
Very
good.
good.
Long time being here.
अच्छा, आप यहाँ पहले भी थे?
How does it feel?
It feels very nice. It feels like home.
Right. So, Zoha, we would like you to tell us about yourself, like what you have been doing so far.
So, I've just been trying to find किस field में जाना है, क्या करना है. But eventually, I think for the last year, I've been doing music.
Okay.
That's how I define myself now as a singer-songwriter, but I just can't seem to let go of the architecture part as well, so I do say I'm an architect. But yeah, it's been nice going towards music, deciding to be a musician and focusing on that. That's what's going on in life.
So Zoha, before you started architecture, right? Degree शुरू की थी. इससे पहले you were clear about music या ये उसके साथ ही you deciphered कि music is something that I'll pursue?
Actually, before I even started studying in NCA, मैं already music कर रही थी.
Yeah.
Where I was doing gigs, I was making music, uploading covers, जैसे हर musician पाकिस्तान में start करता है. I was already doing that.
Yeah.
But NCA and में आना and architecture pursue करना, it kind of just opened my mind up more. I think आपका दिमाग खुल जाता है. I think architecture did that a lot.
Yeah.
And it just kind of pushed me towards music more as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So most of us want to study what we're passionate about. Was architecture your passion? Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it was my passion.
Yeah.
But I would say कि बचपन से I did want to be an architect.
Okay.
एक तो होता है ना, एक absurdity होती है दिमाग में. जैसे मेरी absurdity ये नहीं थी कि एस्ट्रोनॉट बनना है, वो ये थी कि मैंने रेस कार ड्राइवर बनना है. लेकिन वो absurdity छोड़ के सिंगर मैं हमेशा से बनना चाहती थी. आर्ट्स was something जो मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद था. So all type of arts, dancing, music, drawing, painting, all of it. But जब बड़े होते हैं तो फिर आपके दिमाग में ये बात आती है कि you need a profession, you need this, and being from a very normal, typical Pakistani family. So I chose architecture बचपन में because I thought it would be like a connection between art and science.
Yeah.
And it would always be something art related that I'm doing. And that is true. उसकी वजह से I've always loved architecture.
Also, that's going to bring stability to your life.
Yeah, exactly. Because music, fine arts, all of those things, उसके बारे में हमेशा से यही सुनने को मिला है that it's not stable. Yeah.
That's true.
It's hard. It's harder.
Things are changing, aren't they?
Yeah, they've definitely changed in the past 2 years, I would say. I think that also is part of the reason that I chose to leave architecture for take a break.
Yeah.
I would say take a break, not leave
architecture,
entirely, because once it's in my brain after 5 साल की पढ़ाई, you can't really get rid of the architect inside of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same thoughts every week. Anyway, so Zoha, career switch is something जो कि हमारे यहाँ बहुत एक वो टैबू टॉपिक है, लोग कहते हैं नहीं यार जहाँ लगी भी है नौकरी बस वही करते रहो, और लाइक फॉलोइंग योर पैशन इज समथिंग पीपल आर अफ्रेड ऑफ डूइंग. When you switch your career, what was that one thing like बस okay it's about time कि मैं अब switch करता हूँ?
I think जब हम करियर की बात करते हैं people have different ways of looking at it. I think लोग इस चीज़ को ऐसे देखते हैं, you know, something that is stable, that provides for you. But for me, it was always about कि career is something that you're doing for the rest of your life, essentially, right? It's something that defines you. तो आप सुबह उठो तो आपका सर में दर्द ना हो रहा हो, एक ऐसा काम आपको करना चाहिए. बोथ ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, आर्किटेक्चर एंड म्यूजिक, ये नहीं था कि कोई एक चीज़ मुझे बहुत तंग करती थी, एक चीज़ ज़्यादा नहीं करती थी. इट वाज फॉर मी, इट वाज जस्ट लाइक इट वाज वेरी हार्ड टू बैलेंस बिकॉज आर्किटेक्चर एंड म्यूजिक बोथ they demand some type of calmness in your life, ठीक है, कि आप एक काम कर सको. But architecture की field is not calm at all.
This is only calm.
The designing part is so calm, you know, you're doing your work, but then you have to deal with clients and labor and, you know, all of those things. So eventually मैंने ये decide किया that music is something that provides that calmness in my life, that peace in my life, and I would want to carry on with that, try out how that works out for me, because I did try architecture for 4 years side by side, did do music, but then I was like, eventually I need to focus on one thing. If I don't focus on one thing, my focus will always be divided. And कोई एक भी चीज़ ठीक नहीं हो पाएगी, कोई एक भी चीज़ में मैं कुछ कर नहीं पाऊंगी.
Okay, so Zoha, what would be your suggestion to people who really want to do something they're passionate about?
I think सबसे पहले तो for me it was rebellious होना, ठीक है, but otherwise because the kind of profession that I chose, I think rebellious होना was the biggest thing that I could do for myself. But उसको side पे करते हुए, if anyone has any dreams, I think it's just about picturing yourself at the end. जब आप ये सोच रहे हो तो ना कि हमने यहाँ पे पहुँचना है और यहाँ पहुँच के हमने क्या, how do you see yourself in like 10 years or maybe achieving your dreams, where do you see yourself? You keep thinking about where you want to be and working towards it, and you eventually achieve that. That's just about belief. That's it. Following your dreams is only about that belief that you will eventually reach there. जो आपने picturize किया है अपने दिमाग में, that's it.
They always say na, faith is a down payment that you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so music एक ऐसी चीज़ है हमारे यहाँ एज अ फॉर्मल सब्जेक्ट नहीं पढ़ाया जाता, एंड आई एम श्योर अगर पढ़ाया जाता you would have gone into music rather than architecture.
NC had the music college.
In Lahore.
हाँ, ठीक है. But do you think कि म्यूजिक को एज अ फॉर्मल सब्जेक्ट हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट्स को पढ़ाना चाहिए?
I think definitely पढ़ाना तो चाहिए, because there are so many people. Just like architecture or, you know, any other arts, music also teaches people a lot. It's about patience. It's about, you know, criticizing yourself, constantly being better. It teaches a lot of things. Music तो वैसे ही a part of your life होता है generally. और बाहर I think बचपन से भी लेके बड़े होने तक you're always learning music at some point, right? पाकिस्तान में ऐसा होता नहीं है. Sadly, it's a taboo even to, you know, take up an instrument बचपन में. और जहाँ पे पढ़ाया जाता है, NC लाहौर में पढ़ाया जाता है definitely, but it's more about the history of music, Eastern music. There are not many types of music. I think that's also evolving. But I think formal studies के तौर पे जिस तरह होता है ना कि history पढ़ाई क्या हो क्या, उसकी जगह I think it should be practical more, which is something that's done बाहर. I think it should be there because music is not a hobby anymore. हमें इस बात को understand करना है. Yeah.
But do you think it's important for everybody to have like to be a part of it?
I do think that not just music, I think some form of art should be there childhood में ही आपके साथ, because again it teaches you a lot. अगर आप drawing भी करते हो, dance करते हो, whatever, it just teaches you a lot. It's different than, you know, आपके mediocre जो chores जो हमसे घर में करा रहे होते हैं, उसके साथ साथ वो भी हमें बहुत जैसे बहुत सिखाते हैं. But art, any form of art, not just music, I think it should be there. Yeah, definitely.
अगर history को देखें, so we see architects and musician doing a collaboration, okay? और अगर हम Google करें और हम सबसे पहली collaboration को देखें, तो it was between Le Corbusier and Yanis Xenakis, okay? And he was an architect and a composer as well. So they both collaborated and they designed the Philips Pavilion and Brussels in 1958. Okay, and it was something in which they experimented with music and with the architectural plans and all. कभी practice करते हुए, you ever thought of doing that? Like, you ever thought of merging these two fields together and creating something new?
I think when I was studying, जब हमारे projects होते थे उसके दरमियान I've explored this, but not इस तरह की बहुत literally मैंने कुछ किया, but like because music again, architecture is art.
Yeah.
When the designing part is just essentially art.
Yeah.
So music is also art.
Yeah.
So the basics of harmony, rhythm, proportion, all of that is the same.
Yeah.
It's just the difference between the elements.
Yeah.
So obviously in architecture we're using shapes and sizes and all of those things, masses.
Yeah.
But in music we're using notes.
Yeah.
But it's essentially the same. You're balancing. You're looking at something, how it would interact with the person looking at it.
Yeah.
So there's so many buildings. How I see it is there's so many buildings that when you look at them, they make you feel something.
Yeah.
Right? You go inside them and they have this impact over you that overflows with emotion. कोई भी हो सकता है, all हो सकती है. But sometimes you go into a building, it's so grand, आपकी आंखों में आंसू आ जाते हैं. Music is the kind of same thing, right? So that's what I explored while I was doing, a project. I think we were making a museum. So I explored that. But otherwise, I haven't really explored.
But that also exploration.
Yeah. The concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah, explored in terms of the concepts.
So my next question to you is कि music से बहुत ज़्यादा inspire होके students जो हैं academic projects कर रहे होते हैं. As someone who is a die-hard fan of music and architecture both, what's your favorite built project that revolves around music?
I don't know many honestly.
No.
But एक था, it's called Dayang Gallery. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. The Dayang Gallery, it's a house made from a symphony.
Okay.
So they've made the symphony is the skylights, and they're playing with the light and the symphony that comes down into the gallery.
Yeah.
And piano gallery. So there are pianos, and then the light, there's symphony, and then there's water involved in it. So it's a play of light, water, and it's creating that symphony in real life. Yeah.
Okay, Zoha, आप English में भी लिखती हो, उर्दू में भी लिखती हो. How do you manage both?
So Urdu writing is tough, especially because हम लोग उर्दू से काफ़ी दूर होते जा रहे हैं. But जब बचपन में, because my mom's side were all poets.
Okay.
पब्लिश्ड पोइट्स थे, और उसकी वजह से मेरी अम्मी की बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी सलीस उर्दू आती थी. तो मेरी उर्दू भी इसकी वजह से वोकैबुलरी एक डेवलप हो गई बचपन में और ओवर द ईयर्स. एंड अगेन म्यूजिक इज़ अ लॉट अबाउट एक्सप्रेशन. It's not about using big words. It's about how you express things very simply. They can be said very simply but in a unique style. हर बात एक ही तरीके से कहोगे तो फिर वो गाना भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, वो बेशक उर्दू में हो इंग्लिश में हो. इंग्लिश का ये है कि इट्स हार्डर टू राइट बिकॉज एवरीथिंग साउंड्स द सेम मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स, राइट?
उर्दू इज मोर एक्सप्रेसिव.
या उर्दू को लिखने का तरीका चाहिए, बट प्रेफरेंस मेरी लिखने की कभी भी ये नहीं हुई कि लाइक आई वुड राइट इन उर्दू और इंग्लिश. इट्स ऑलवेज बीन अबाउट जो दिल कर रहा हूँ और जो फील आ रही हो मैं उसमें लिख देती हूँ.
Alright, before moving to our last question, we are going to play a pick it quick round.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, give you two options, you have to pick one.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, so the first question is, if you have to choose only one as your career, which one you will choose? Number one, music. Number two, architecture.
It's very clear.
Music. Which has more money? Number one, singing / songwriting. Number two, designing buildings.
Singing. Definitely.
If you have more money, you will buy A, stationery, B, musical instruments.
Instruments.
If given the opportunity, would you work with Big, sing with Adele?
Work with Big.
Ooh, chalo kahin to aaya architecture.
I've been a fan of them since I was studying architecture. So yeah. I'm a fan of Adele too. I would take that chance.
Pakistan has commendable work that revolves around music. A, I agree. B, I have my doubts.
I have my doubts.
We all have our doubts.
Yeah, no, but it's going there.
Okay.
I would say that it's going there.
Which city has culturally rich architecture? Lahore or Karachi?
Lahore.
Lahore. Okay, last question. You are at Islamabad airport and your flight is delayed. Number A, you will make sketches. B, you will compose or write music.
I would probably write music. Yeah.
Music bazi le gaya is episode. Right, so that was it. So I would like to know your views about Archistan.
It's a brilliant platform. I think जब ये start भी होने वाला था तब से मैं सुन रही हूँ इसके बारे में, and now that it's finally there, it's a very good space for all architects and even artists, I think, right? Interior decorators, designers, all of them. It's a very good space to find everyone there. I was just looking at it a few days ago and I was like, I should also have my portfolio there once I decide to.
Okay, so आज के एपिसोड का टेक अवे ये था कि डू व्हाट गिव यू पीस, बिकॉज आप उसमें ज़्यादा एक्सेल करोगे, ज़्यादा शौक से करोगे, ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से उस चीज़ को करोगे. दूसरा ये था कि इट्स ऑलवेज ओके टू टेक अ ब्रेक. हम लोग बिल्कुल एक रेस में चल रहे हैं, एक हसल में चल रहे हैं, एंड फिजिकली भी मेंटली भी वी गेट टायर्ड. सो इट्स ऑलवेज अ गुड आइडिया कि हम थोड़े से ब्रेक लें, थोड़े से वो काम करें जो हमें पीस ऑफ माइंड देते हैं. पैशन फॉलो ज़रूर करें, लेकिन एक वक्त में कोशिश करें एक चीज़ करें, उसी में आपका फोकस ज़्यादा हो और उसका जो है प्रोडक्ट आप ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से जो है वो दे सको. सो फोकस ऑन वन थिंग एट अ टाइम. लास्ट ये था कि म्यूज़िक और आर्किटेक्चर आर सॉर्ट ऑफ द सेम. आई मीन द जर्नी सेम, द एलिमेंट्स आर द सेम, बट द प्रोडक्ट इज़ डिफरेंट. एसेंस सेम है, फीलिंग सेम है. आर्किटेक्चर और म्यूज़िक दोनों जो है वो ह्यूमन साइकी को, ह्यूमन फीलिंग्स को जो है वो हमेशा एवोक करते हैं. सो जोहा, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर टेकिंग योर टाइम आउट and having a very good session with us. And I hope कि बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों को inspiration मिली होगी आपसे बहुत ज़्यादा.
Hopefully.
Alright, so do not forget to join Archistan. Visit www.archistan.com and register with us today.
So do not forget to follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes. And if you have any queries, any suggestion, or simply if you want to be a part of the discussion show, please write to us at info@archistan.com. Alright, so that's it. We'll see you inshallah next week with a different guest and a different topic. Till then, that is.